Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who is new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So sweeties, today I have another one of my kids here. This is Malkiela, my little princess. And she is here because, you know what, actually now that I'm bringing my young ones here, it's really because we're all locked down, they're at home anyway, and instead of fighting them to be quiet the whole time, I'm just gonna bring them here and have them, you know, so they can have some fun with mommy, okay? Because after all, I'm mommy to a lot of kids. Okay, so what we're gonna do today is we're going to speak about this palette. This is the Holiday 2020 palette from Alien Cosmetics. This is how she looks. This is the outer packaging, and then of course the inside looks like this. All right, sweeties, now first of all, I do have a confession to make. Sweeties, this is going to be a bit of a different video than it usually is. You want to hold the brush? You want to hold the brush? Anyway, I have a confession to make because this is going to be a bit of a different review kind of a video, because I have filmed a review. It was all filmed with makeup application, the whole shebang, with swatches and everything, and then I wanted to edit it, and the whole memory card got corrupted. The whole thing, everything was lost, and right now I'm working on so many projects that I cannot refilm this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the 3 looks, because I had done 2 looks and the third one I created on camera. I'm going to show you the 3 looks that I have done with this palette, and then I'm going to give you a review of the palette, and we're going to have a swatch party here. Okay, so let's just do it like that, because life happens and what can I do? Okay, because I just cannot refilm it. I'm in the middle of big projects and I just can't. Sorry, but I still wanted to feature this palette because Alien Cosmetics is one of my most favorite brands, and it deserves to be featured because it's an amazing palette. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to show you the looks so you know what we're all talking about, and then we're going to go into the swatch party and into the review part. Okay, maybe I should also tell you that this look has not been created with this palette, because as I already told you, I'm in the middle of a different project, but I chose colors that could potentially be, you know, it could potentially be this palette, but totally honest, it has not been created with this palette. It's an upcoming review for a different palette. So anyway, it is what it is. Just wanted to put that out there. Okay, so sweeties, now you have seen, of course, the looks, and I think they were all like really nice, different from each other, and really nice, and I personally really enjoyed working with this palette, because I always enjoy working with Alien Cosmetics. As I already said, it's one of my most favorite brands out there. Also, I should mention that right now when you're seeing this, soon after the release, I don't know, as of right now when I'm filming this, I do believe that the affiliate codes, which I have one with Alien Cosmetics, and some of you are kind enough to use it once in a while, so thank you so much, but I think the affiliate program is being put on hold for now, so it could be that it's not working, you know, but it's just that Alien Cosmetics is sort of re-evaluating the affiliate program and see what it actually does and what it doesn't. Okay, so just so you know, in case you're trying to order something and you want to use my code, it might not be working right now, but if I get re-approved for an affiliate code, it might be working in the future. Just saying. Okay, sweeties, this is what it is. Now let us go into the swatches. To reach around my little girl here, and we're of course going to go row by row like this. Okay, I have not done anything on my arm. It's a bare arm, and I'm not really wearing anything that is super practical for swatching, because this is all a bit skin tight. But anyway, so let's just do it, right, Mikey? Should we do it? Should we make some colorful swatches? You want to do one? You want to do one? Like, okay. Move your finger over the shade. Ooh, look at this. You want to hold it in the camera? It's so tiny. Here, you can swatch it on your own arm, and then mommy will also do one. Okay? Let's do it like this. Isn't that cute? Such a cutesy little swatch. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? You're so cute. Mikey, yeah, you're so cute. Okay, now let me also do one. There are no shade names in the palette, so I cannot tell you the shade names, but of course you will see the order that I just showed you. Okay, so let me just just do this around my little girl. So this is one swipe of that first shade, and honestly this is such a surprise. This shade, I'm just going to build it up a tiny little bit, even though I don't think it really needs it. This shade is such a surprise. It is so beautiful, because when you look at it here in the pan, I think one would underestimate it, but when you look at it here, it has more of a like a berry tone under it, you know, like a berry undertone, whatever, you know. It is super beautiful, and it's also like it has this, I don't know if it is really officially a duochrome, but it kind of has an effect of like a berry blue and even like a gray, like a cool gray hint, you know. I don't know, it's beautiful. Okay, then let's go on. Let me just wipe off my finger 1 second, and then we are going to the next shade, which is kind of like a murky pastel blue, like this. Okay, let me just put that right here. This is the only shade, sorry, I'm gonna have to build this up a little bit. This is the only shade where I would say that might be a little bit thinner than the other ones, because also because it is just a lighter color, and for me personally, always these colors that have a bit of a white base don't 100% always work so well, you know. It is a very nice and interesting blue though, and it is the lightest blue in the palette. So that is how it looks, and this is of course a matte. Mikey, if it gets boring for you, tell me, okay?
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Yofi. Okay, sorry, I had to just quickly tell her in Hebrew. Okay, so let's go on to the next shimmer, and that is actually a beautiful gray. Mikey, you want to swatch that too?
Okay.
Okay, oops. Okay, let's do it. Let's clean your finger, and you can do it like this again. Ooh. Okay. Like this. Cute. Mikey, this is such a nice silver. איך אומרים את זה בעברית?
כסף.
כסוף. נכון, it's צבע כסף. That is the silver color. That's what she just said in Hebrew. Okay, so let me just also, here, you want to wipe your hand?
Okay.
All right, so let me just also swatch this on my arm. Of course, after that, I'm going to also include a swatch video where you see this close up, okay? But I think you can see that this is like super foiled and really nice. Really beautiful. Okay, I'm just... Yeah, odd matte, okay, odd matte. Lefi haseda shusha, okay. Just had to tell her that we have to go according to the order of the shades, because she just wants to jump to the most beautiful shades. Okay, so now we're gonna go to a beautiful white shade, which is actually also a surprise, because when you look at it in the palette, it is just a white. You know, it's a pure white. But when you swatch it or when you're using it, actually it has a gold undertone. So let's just put that here, because it's actually really nice when you have that gray, which is really neutral, cold, you know, and then you have this white shade, which kind of has a bit of a golden hint. I don't know if it comes across right now, but maybe later in the swatch video it will be. I hope so. Anyway, so this is how it looks, and also this is of course striking. Mikey, you want this too? This one? Okay, so I'm going to let her swatch just the shimmer shades, because they're just easier to swatch for these tiny hands. Okay, let's put it right here next to the gray. There you go, Mikey. Here on her skin, actually, you can see maybe that it is more gold. On my skin, it doesn't even show so much, but on her fresh, young baby skin, it actually shows really well, and on me it looks more white, I think, but I also build it up more. Okay, so Mikey, wipe your hand. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the second row, and we're gonna start with this red shade here, which is a very nice red. It is not a hot red, you know, and that also makes it so nice for this palette, because of course it is a winter palette, and this is how it looks. Let's just put this here. And I think for a matte on me, swatches super well, because you probably know me by now that mattes don't really swatch so well on me usually. Okay, so this is how it looks, and now we're going to go to a very spectacular shade. Okay, this one, Mikey, you like this one?
Okay.
This is beautiful, right? Okay, I'll let you, English is failing me. I'll let you swatch this first. It's so beautiful on her tiny little finger. Okay, where is it? Here. and that is a duochrome shade. It doesn't show up so well on her, but anyway, I'm going to show you on me in just a second. This is such a gorgeous shade. This is like a blue with a purple in it, you know? So this is gorgeous. Bomb.com. Bomb.com. You know, can you see this? Do you see the shift? I hope you do, because this is beautiful. It's beautiful. It's winter as it comes. There is nothing that says winter for me personally more than a blue with a purple. It's frostbite. It's frostbite in a pan. Okay, so next one is a mid-tone blue matte, which is sort of like my shirt today, and it looks like this. I'm getting entangled in Mikey's hair. Am I going to have enough room for all these shades on my arm? Okay, so this is how it looks. Let me just build this up one more time. Again, there's nothing wrong with these shades. It's just that mattes never swatch so well on me, you know? So that is how it looks. And now we are going to like a red wine, dark, whatever that shade is, mauve. I never know how to pronounce that either. That's how it looks, okay? It's not really red wine. What is this? This is like a dark, super dark fuchsia, kind of. You know, like a super dark fuchsia. Okay, now just imagine, beyond the fact that it is a blue palette, mostly blue palette, I would say, how beautiful it would be to combine this matte and this duochrome shimmer, the first shade. Wouldn't that be spectacular? I didn't try that yet, because I just cannot allow myself to do more than 3 looks really with one palette these days. It's just a bit crazy these days. Okay, now we're going to go on to a blue shimmer. Mikey, this one you can also do, okay? 1 second. First mommy, and then you can do it, okay? I'll help you in a second. So this is kind of a royal blue shimmer, and this is more like the classic kind of a shimmer, okay? Let me just build this up one more time. The classic shimmer formula, I would say, this is how it looks. Now, is this spectacular or is this what? Really, you know? Mikey, look at this. Is this beautiful? It's so beautiful, right? Okay, now it's your turn. Wait, let me just wipe my finger. Okay, get your fingers dirty, girl. Yeah. All right, let's put it right here. Look at that. Mikey swatches. Here, you can wipe your hands on the wet wipe. Okay. All right, now we're going to go to Mikey's favorite shade, and that is the third from the last. And that is more, I don't want to say it's a topper shade really, but I also used it as a topper shade, and it's this one here. It is a little bit thinner, but you can create amazing effects just using this shade. It goes on super smooth, like super smooth, and it is of course a duochrome shade. This is how it looks in the pan. It's this shade here. And here you can maybe see that it has this shift between, I want to say, I don't know, what do I want to say? Maybe like a blue like this, or a little bit lighter, and then a shade like this. You know, like a rusty kind of a color. It's beautiful. Mikey, you want to use that too, this one?
Okay.
This one? Okay, 1 second. I'll help you. It's so nice how she gets her finger out like this. So sweet. Unfortunately, you can't see her hands here, but it's so cute. Children's hands are blessed. Okay, so I think you can see, maybe not, but anyway, I think you can see that it is kind of a more subtle shade that is meant to create effects. Okay, now we're moving on to the next shimmer, and that is of course the second to the last, and that is this rusty shade that I just mentioned. So this is how it looks. I think the last shade I'm gonna have to put up here because that was not very well thought through, the placement here. But anyway, this is how it looks. It's a beautiful shade. Beautiful rusty kind of a shade, again in the combination with all these other shades. It is brilliant. It's a brilliant shade in a palette like this. Mikey, you also get to do this one. That's the last one, because the last shade that she's not going to swatch is a matte. So I'm going to should we put that on your nose? Okay, let's see. Like that. Ooh, that is so good. Mikey, you see it? This one here?
Okay.
It's beautiful. You like it?
Ke.
Yeah? When she says ken, that is yes for in Hebrew, okay? It's yes in Hebrew. Hard to say. All right, so that is that shade. Now I'm going to do the last one. And that is, of course, the darkest shade in the palette. It is a very, very dark, I would say like a midnight blue. And I'm just going to, it should be down here, but I'm going to put it here because I sort of ran out of space. So that is how it looks. So I think you could just see also where it impacted first, where my finger touched it first. It was super opaque immediately. You know, I sort of just built up here the rest of it a little bit. But you can see that this is a super, super nice dark shade to just deepen up the looks, you know? Anyway, so that is the live swatching. We haven't done it in such a long time, and it's so much fun, honestly, to just gush about the different shades in a palette. I love this. It's like my heart and soul. Okay, sweetie, you can go back upstairs, okay? And mommy is going to finish off the video. Is that okay?
Okay.
Good job, sweetie. You want to do a high five?
Okay.
Good girl. Bye, sweetie.
Bye.
Okay, sweeties, here we are back after the swatch video, and that is, of course, you have seen me doing this, so you know. Okay, sweeties, now let's talk about the palette. Of course, we have cardboard packaging as far as I know, and it would just make sense that this is limited edition. I don't know if this is right now available anymore. It was available in January, it was still available, but right now I really don't know. Can't tell you, and I don't know if it would be coming back. It's kind of a shame if it doesn't come back. But I also have actually the last year's winter palette. That was the what was it called? Moody. The Moody palette. I also have that one, which was also spectacular. Anyway, there's also a review of that one on my channel, but of course that is gone. I mean, not the review, but the palette, because also that was limited edition as far as I know. But anyway, so this is the palette. Cardboard packaging. We don't have a mirror, which I don't care. I couldn't care less. I never use them anyway, but just so you know, there is no mirror, and there's also no shade names. And I do believe on the outer sleeve there were the ingredients, but here on the back it's also plain. I never have a problem with this. I never have to look up ingredients. I'm very, very blessed that I have no sensitivity issues of any kind, not in makeup, not in food, not in nothing. It's just all preferences for me. You know, if I don't like something, that is an issue for me, but not that I actually have allergies or sensitivities, but that's just as a side note, I guess. Okay, so formula is a very, very good formula. You do not have pressed glitters in the palette, in case you were concerned, of course. Then you do have shimmers. This one is a shimmer, this one, this one, this one, and then this one, and this one. Everything else is mattes, and the matte formula is a little bit more on a drier side, which is not a bad thing, sweeties. It always sounds like something negative, but it's not. It makes it so much easier to work with, especially when you're working with colors like this that are not neutrals. It makes it so much more easy to work with, to blend out. Also, usually to build up, it's not a problem, and in this case it definitely was not a problem. So I mean, you saw the looks. They were vibrant, they were everything, right? Then also the biggest surprise in this palette were really these three shades. This one, and this one. So beautiful. And of course this one is the one with the bit of a thinner formula, which makes it super suitable to just drag it on top of any other shade and just turn it into something entirely. Turn it into something else entirely. You know what I mean? So that is just an amazing thing to have some kind of a topper shade also for the inner corner. This is also a beautiful, spectacular shade. It's just, this palette blew me away. I also forgot to mention, sweeties, I'm so sorry, I have to repent. I have to tell you that, of course, this palette I got, not of course, but I got this palette gifted by Christine, my friend and subscriber from Australia. I'm so sorry, I should have mentioned this in the beginning. Actually, in my original review, I mentioned it at the beginning, and now it's a mess. But thank you so much, dear Christine. You blessed me so much with this palette, because I would probably not have picked it up, because this launched in December, and December is just like every month with 7 children. is a tight month, you know? So this has helped me so much, and I'm such a huge fan of Alien Cosmetics. There is a reason why I am affiliated with them, because for the longest time I have been a huge fan of their color stories, of the performance of their shadows, also of the performance of the pressed glitters. If you maybe remember my review of the Summer on Earth palette, it was outstanding, and I love it, you know? So yeah. That is that color scheme. Of course, you see that we have sort of a split color scheme. We have those reddish shades, and then this one who is sort of a hybrid between the red family and the blue family, which is really cool. And then of course the blue and gray and white, you know? So that is what we have here, and I think it is super, super well done to capture a winter mood. For me personally, this is a winter mood, you know? It is just amazing, and I love it. So favorite mattes in the palette, I can't even say. Favorite shimmers is probably really the ones that I showed you, but also I'm living for gray and silver, as you know. Performance wise, they were all very good, really all very good, but we do have a bit of a more normal regular shimmer formula, which is this one and the other ones, well, maybe also this one, but this one, and this one, they have a shift to them, and they also feel a little bit different when you apply them. They are a little bit more creamy, I would say, than the regular shimmers, for the lack of a better word. Okay, so that is that, and I think it's phenomenal. I have nothing else to say about this, you know? This was really good performance. I don't think that I had staining. Now, it's a long time ago that I did those looks. I don't believe I had staining, and if so, then very, very insignificant, because if I would have had staining, like really, really significant staining, I would remember it, definitely. Okay, blendability was there, buildability was there, there was no fading, there was no creasing, everything fine. Everything fine, no dots in the palette. This one was not my favorite shade, as I already told you, because all the time when there is a shade that has a white undertone, it's not my favorite. It's just a given that this is not my favorite, because I'm just not vibing too much with pastel-y leaning shades. And for me, this is kind of a murky pastel, you know? It's a beautiful shade. It makes absolute sense in the palette. It's just not my favorite. Other than that, I think also the shade range is really, really nice. And as always, of course, I'm pulling in a bone color matte, because it just makes sense for me when I'm working with really intense shadows like this to have that. And of course you can do that too, or you can pull in other shades from other palettes, you know? It's just when I'm reviewing a palette, I'm exclusively using, of course, just that palette. So, and that is it. Formula, yeah, I'm a fan. Have you noticed? Anyway, so I know that this was a bit of a different kind of review, and I know most of you have been really, really enjoying that. I got a couple of months ago, I got back into filming actually makeup looks, and I wanted to, I had done it all, and it just was lost. So I hope that this one doesn't get lost because that would be a shame. So I'm going to try, because now this has been already delayed because of this whole horrible incident of losing the whole footage. I'm going to try to really get this out to you super, super soon, so you will know what I think about the palette. Again, if it's still available or not, I have no idea, but there are amazing other palettes from Alien Cosmetics out there. I'm so intrigued by the Serendipity palette. I so badly want this palette, but anyway, you know, we can't all have it. We cannot. No, we cannot have it all that way around, but it is, you know, it's a beautiful brand as it is, and I'm a huge fan, in case I wasn't clear. Okay, sweeties, of course you will find everything that I used in my today's look, which is, of course, as I told you, not this palette. I'm going to have that, of course, listed in the description box down below. Also my discount codes for all kinds of brands if you want to use them, and also highly recommend to check out my social media for all the looks that I'm always doing off camera, on camera. Everything is coming up on my social media, also on my styling channel, sort of, and also, of course, on my Leorah Cosmetics Instagram. You know, there you also find the swatches and the flat lace, and everything is happening there. Okay, sweeties, this is it. And of course, if you're new here, then please subscribe to my channel. Would absolutely love to have you here. There's always room for 1 or 2 or 100 more, so please join. And besides that, I'm going to see you here for my next video, which is going to be super soon. And up until then, definitely go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.